रेडियो सिटी 91.1 एफएम से मेरा नाम हरी है। शाम 5 से 9 आप मुझे सुनते रेडियो सिटी 91.1 एफएम पर। और आज मैं अपने एक स्पेशल गेस्ट से मिलने आया हूं न्यू दिल्ली मारुति सुजुकी कॉर्पोरेट ऑफिस में। एंड शशांक सर, वेलकम हमारी वीडियो में। आपका बहुत बहुत स्वागत है सर।
Thank you very much.
एंड सर, मैं चाहूंगा हमारी ऑडियंस को एक छोटा सा एक अपना इंट्रोडक्शन दे प्लीज सर।
Well, my name is Shashank Srivastava, as you just mentioned, and I head the marketing and sales vertical at Maruti Suzuki.
एंड सर, हम ना बड़े दिनों से बात कर रहे हैं ड्रिवन बाय सेफ्टी के बारे में। तो माय फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन टू यू वुड बी द फोकस ऑफ आवर कैंपेन इज ऑन कार सेफ्टी सर। सो इसके डायमेंशंस, इनके बारे में जरा ऑडियंस को थोड़ा एनलाइटन कीजिए प्लीज सर।
Well, I think it's a very important question that you have asked because generally speaking, safety to a common consumer is about the product.
Yes sir.
How safe a car is or how safe any product is.
Yeah.
But safety actually goes much beyond that. And it is in our profession, the safety actually refers to 4 E's.
4 E's, yes sir.
The first E is education,
Yes, sir.
which means the consumers have to know not only about how to use a product safely, and also know what factors go into road safety.
Yes, exactly.
Second is enforcement, which means that the rules and the laws which are laid down have to be followed, and that means that there have to be some enforcement of the rules. So you can have all the safety features in a car, but if the rules are not followed, the rules are not enforced, it may not be sufficient for road safety. The third is engineering. And engineering is about products, and how you engineer your products and make them safer, and also how you engineer the roads, which goes into road design, and how you maintain the roads, the conditions of the road signs, and so on and so forth. And finally is about emergency care, which is in case there is a accident, then what happens and how quickly you can provide emergency care to the people who are involved in the accident.
All right, sir. And sir, we've been talking about a lot of things before the interview also. So now I just want to ask one thing. Customers want latest features, right, sir? And gadgets, and yet the price has to be affordable. So how do you just manage these things? Like, how do you create the balance?
Yeah, I think it's a great question, and this is one of the big things which we keep evaluating. You are right. You know, in India, the demographics is that 65% of our population is below 35 years. We are a growing economy, so a lot of people are first-time buyers.
Yes, sir.
In fact, in India, the first-time buyers are about 45 to 47%.
Yes, sir.
And that's pretty consistent over the last 2 decades.
Yes, sir.
Unlike, let's say, Japan, where you have just 5% first-time buyers. So first-time buyers obviously need to be educated.
Yes, sir.
At the same time, the important thing is that they have to get into car buying first.
Yeah.
And generally they are progressing from a two-wheeler to a four-wheeler. So one thing is how to make cars affordable so that people can start using cars which are definitely more safer. So that's one factor. On the other hand, obviously you need to provide safety in your product. You need to provide all the features which can make your car as much safe as possible.
Exactly.
And that costs money.
Yes,
So
sir.
that is the eternal question we are always trying to balance. But one thing is very clear for Maruti Suzuki, and that is the safety is paramount for consumers, and there can be no compromise on safety, which is why our cars not only meet the regulations which have been laid down by law, but also we go beyond. Like we have features like HUD or 360 view camera and so on and so forth, which go beyond regulation.
Exactly.
And that is part of this direction that we have clearly taken regarding road safety.
All right, sir. So we've been taking care of the safety and affordability. Now we are educating people also. So Maruti is one of the few OEMs which runs driving schools. So what was your thought behind that, sir?
Yeah, so this concept of driving school relates to that first E, which is education. Of consumers. And, we started this more than 20 years back. At that time, this concept was in fact at a very starting stage, inception stage. And we started that driving school with the objective of educating not just how to drive the car on the road, but also about how to maintain your car or how to read the road signs and things like that, which makes the vehicle usage that much safer. Today, I'm happy to say that we have more than 500 driving schools in more than 250 cities. And our objective is to expand this as much as possible so that we can give the benefits of this education to as many consumers as possible. So far, we have actually trained in driving 7.3 million consumers.
7.3 million consumers.
Yes.
वाओ। और सर सीट बेल्ट इज वन ऑफ द एक चीज है जिसके बारे में आपसे पूछना चाहूंगा, हाउ इम्पोर्टेंट सीट बेल्ट इज अकॉर्डिंग टू यू?
नहीं, बहुत अहम है ये तो, इसमें कोई शक नहीं है कि ये बहुत अहम है सीट बेल्ट लगाना. इनफैक्ट वी हैव हैड ए होल कैंपेन on hashtag पहनी क्या, which is all about seat belt. Now, you may have all the gadgets in the car regarding safety, but unless you use them, it is no good for safety. So, seat belt is the first step to safety. Yeah, it is it's very important, and it does not matter where you are sitting in the car. It's not only for the driver or the co-passenger on the co-driver side, but even if you are sitting at the back of the car, you need to put the seat belt on. And this campaign is regarding that. In fact, statistics show that in India only 4% of the people at the rear of the car wear seat belt. And that is something which is really something which should concern us, and therefore our campaign is about wearing seat belts as the first and the foremost safety that you can give to yourself while driving the car.
थैंक यू सो मच सर, थैंक्स लॉट। आपसे बहुत सारी बातें की। तो आज हमने बात की शशांक श्रीवास्तव जी से मारुति सुजुकी न्यू दिल्ली में आकर, और आई बिलीव आपको कई सारी चीजें पता चली होंगी। और बाकी ज्यादा जानकारी के लिए सुनते रहिए, देखते रहिए रेडियो सिटी 91.1 FM, रग रग में दिल्ली सिटी।
Maruti Suzuki, driven by safety.